After importing the Canvas course content from the master course, you'll want to make some edits to make the course your own, to reflect what you want to do and how you want the class to look for your students. Let me say, to start with, you're free to use as much or as little of the content that's in this web page as you like. That's entirely up to you. You probably want to get rid of these pictures of this guy right here, and there's some other things you'll want to change, and I'm going to go through those real quickly, but I want to point out something that is really different from Canvas than that Blackboard, and that is the support is real. I found it to be really good. Generally you can get help within just a few minutes. It's pretty easy to do. So if you click on the help right over here, they have a phone number for support, and I've used that, and the wait times are not bad at all. They get right to you and help you. There's also the chat, and I mainly use that, and it's been very good. One of the things that I've noticed that when we import the course cartridge, some things don't migrate as well by default, and you have to manually recreate some of the links within the web page. It's not a big deal. It's not difficult to do, but there's going to be lots of little things that you're going to have questions about. And I would go straight to the Canvas support. They're really good. And you may have already been using Canvas and know more about it than I do. This is the first time I've used Canvas, so it's a little bit of a learning curve, but it's not too bad. But again, the support is really good. So I would, rather than ask me a question, I would go straight and ask them. I'm just going to give you a couple of things that I found that are pretty easy to do. For starters, if you you got this, you don't like this picture, you want to change this picture, you definitely want to get rid of these pictures of me probably. And then you also have some links here if you like those or not. This Pearson My Finance Lab link, you'll have to go to the help over there, because they did it for me, and for the life of me right now I can't remember how they told me they did it. So, but it's an easy fix to do to make this tile work. Right now there's this menu right up here, and I'll have a separate video for linking your Canvas to the My Finance Lab here a little bit later. So then I have the 6 modules. The course is divided into 6 modules. That's, if you kind of look at the textbook, that's what the textbook does. Actually it has 7 modules. We just don't do the 7th module. So we have 6 modules here. You may or may not like these pictures. You'll notice, for starters, that I didn't do a very good job getting all the font sizes and the picture sizes and all that fixed up. It looks really tacky. I'm going to try to get that changed here the first week or 2 of classes when I can talk to somebody in the course design personally. Alright, so some of the things that I've noticed, well, I'm sorry, I told you I was going to tell you how to change this. The nice thing about Canvas, just about every page there's an edit on. So if I want to get rid of stuff, I can just click on edit, and literally, just like it's a Word document, you can say, you know what, I want to get rid of this picture, this guy, he's like a rock star looking kind of guy, movie star, but I still want to get rid of his picture. So you can just hit delete, just like you would, anything else. You just kind of hit delete there on that whole table, and it's gone. Likewise with his announcements, if you want to, keep these, or if you want to change something, you want to add something. It's just like it was in Blackboard. You have these options here, from videos to pictures, whatever you want to do, and you can just change that home page just like that. And I'm going to hit cancel because this is actual live class here, so I'm going to cancel that. Yes, I want to not make any of those changes. One of the things that I found out when I imported the course cartridge is this home page did not import correctly. And again, you can go straight to help there and ask them how to do this. It's pretty easy to do. You go over to pages, you'll see this, and you view all pages, and you'll look for the home page. Right here you can see this one that was May 15th. That was the default one that's in the system. I want to ignore that one. See, I've even have that unpublished. And then this one here and I call it, it's just the system call it home page 2 because there's 2 of them. I went over there, and you can make that as a front page. It's currently the front page. If it wasn't, you could remove it. So this old one here, it's not the front page right now, but you can see you'd have to see that option if you wanted to make this on the front page. You have a use as front page, so you could do that. You can't do that right now because I have this unpublished. which is another neat thing about Canvas. If you want to not show something, just unclick the green little box and unpublish it, and that's all there is to it. Click back, go into Home real quick. So again, these links may or may not work for you when you do the import course cartridge. If they don't, then you want to fix that. Linking back to your instructor or your syllabus or whatever. Just again go to Edit. And if you click on the instructor, then when this is highlighted right here, this tile, you can tell what you want to link to. So you can have that link to, I'm going to have it linked to pages, and it's called About Your Instructor. So I have it go straight there, and likewise with the syllabus and all that. So I want to cancel that. Again, I can't stress enough, if you have a question, just go to this help, chat, or call them. They're really good about helping that. I found out that the class they use modules and then pages within modules. So you can create individual pages and put those into modules that you create. Now these are already created for you, so you should already have them. And for example, the course overview, I didn't want to have that in there because I had a video, so I unpublished that. I left the About Your Instructor published. There was something about technical requirements, computer, and all this, and to me that was just information that everybody already knows, so I just unpublished that just so that I could decrease the amount of reading, the amount of information we're pushing out to the students, because I think they already know that. I left the student resources in because it has link to Writing Lab as well as the Office for Students with Disabilities. That's in there. The course introductions, I unchecked that. I didn't really see the point of that. And then the course Q&A, the question board, you can unpublish this if you want. Being an in-person class, you may not even want that. If you want it, leave it there. It's entirely up to you. You're seeing your students probably twice a week, so you may not even need the course Q&A. And then I have a video here on course introduction, and you can just go through these, and anything you want to get rid of, just get rid of. So it looks like we have student resources too. It's kind of, for whatever reason, this is duplicated here. So I'm going to have to fix that, so I can easily just click Unpublish, and then that entire module is just not there. And I can even, if I want to, and I want to be really careful before I do that, I can delete that entire module so it doesn't even show up. But once I unpublish this, the students no longer see it. And I think when you unpublish this one, all these are unpublished too, but if they're not, well, we can check that and see. Module 1, I'm just going to click on this one, and for me it takes to, mine's an online class, so I have a whole lot of videos. Again, you can use these, you can get rid of them, whatever you want to do. If you just want to maybe keep the objectives and get rid of that, again, you just go to Edit, and then just take out the stuff you don't want. You can just delete that video, or leave it there. It's entirely up to you. I'm going to hit cancel on that. So it's pretty easy to do. So the class is arranged in modules. So if you click on modules, and then within pages. So for example, here I'll go to student resources. I'll just start right there, and we've got this information here about the library, student support services. And this is a page, so I hit next and I go to the next page, and this is the course introductions. This is not published, so you're seeing this as an instructor, but in the student view you would not see that. Course question board, and for me, I subscribe to that because I want to get an email when students post there so I can respond quickly. And we just kind of work through the pages in the course. And I got into this separate one here, so let me get back here. So let's go ahead and get started to Introduction to Corporate Finance. The firm overview. The lectures. The slides. Now I have my slides up here, and if you open up my slides, I'm just going to open this real quick for you. Most all of them have a headshot because this is an online class and they told me the students like to know what their professors look like, so most of these have there. So you can go in and if you want to, you can just edit these slides, use them as is, or simply upload your own slides here, or the textbook slides, whatever you want to do. If you want to upload, it's easy to do. You just go over here to edit, put the cursor somewhere, and then just go over to Files, and let's say you've got your own slides. If you'll just scroll all the way down to upload a new file, you'll browse for it. After you find it, you'll upload it, and it'll immediately create a link to whatever that file name is right here. So you might want to call that file something that makes sense. All right, so pretty easy to do that. So I'm going to hit cancel on that. And then I have the actual lectures for the online class that use those slides, and sometimes I have spreadsheets, use those. Entirely up to you. You can just unpublish this, and students won't even see that page at all. So pretty easy to do. So I would go through all the pages, make sure everything's how you want it. You can unpublish the things that you don't want. You can, if you don't want to use any of this, you just want to use your own slides and lectures, and you don't want any of this sort of stuff, you can just go and unpublish each one of these modules, and the students will never see it. And if you're sure you never want anything in there, you could just even delete those modules if you don't even want that. So it's entirely up to you how you like to do that. And again, I'll have a how to link to the My Finance Lab in a separate video.